welcome to round one. We are on the draw here, and we have a pretty good hand. Sadly, I wish this was a Stoneforge Mystic, but no, it's a Batterskull instead. That's fine. We have some good interaction, so we're good. All right, let's go. Mental. I always like to mental misstep these sort of first turn preordains, ponders, brainstorms, etc., because they might be landlight, and it's just good value otherwise. Now, this could very well be against the Storm deck, so I'm not going to chance preordating myself turn 1. So I'm going to go ahead and leave my Flusterstorm up. Aha, we got there. Now, alright. Well, I'm going to crack my fetch first. The reason for that is so that if I preordain and find 2 good cards I want on top, it's going to go ahead and keep those. Now, I got my Tundra because I already have a red mana. These are very good cards. See, these are 2 cards I want to keep on top. I actually think I'm going to keep Force of Will on top and then Ponder. Next turn, we can go ahead and Ponder, if we so choose. Next turn, we can also Ponder Time Walk as well. The good thing about all these 1-mana cantrips is that we're filling our graveyard for our Dig Through Time, which is one of the more powerful cards in Vintage. One big thing to note is the Time Walk. Now, a lot of times, people are going to play it the first time they get 2 mana. That's generally a mistake. A draw card play an extra land drop isn't necessarily good in this format. Get a little value out of something like that is a lot better. Alright, so now we have a good amount of lands. Now we're actually looking for some lands. Not too many lands. So I think suffice it to say, I am going to keep the Flooded Strand, and then I can shuffle away shuffle away the other 2 lands. We can actually dig through time this turn. However, I'm not going to, because he could have flushed the storm, dig through time, would have just done absolutely nothing. So, best not to. Best not to chance it. There we go. Now, this is a fantastic draw. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Get stuck. You know what? Here I can just Time Walk. Let's try Time Walk. See what happens. It goes against what I said about the dig through time earlier. Wow, it resolved. I'm actually shocked that it resolved. It goes against the dig through time we had earlier, but the upside is so significant. Alright. We are sitting on a high horse, friends. What we're going to do is play the Time Walk again. That's what the glory about this chase. Taking 3 turns in a row, and now we're going to play our Stoneforge Mystic. Grab a Dumuzhao's Jitte, take another turn, and then we could put our Batterskull into play. Very good. That turn of events turned out very well for us. I'm very happy. And we drew the Gush. So what I think we need to do here, I'm going to go ahead and Gush, so we can hit our land drop, quote unquote. We drew our Deceiver, which is fantastic. We're going to use our mana. I don't think I want to dig through time. Right now, at least. What I do want to do, I'm going to activate this so we don't have to discard, and we can use our mana at least a little bit efficiently. I'm almost tempted to also play this Umezawa's Jitte. I think I might, actually. But we're still going to have that blue for Flusterstorm. Alright, so we're in a great position. We have 2 Force of Wills, 2 blue cards, and a Flusterstorm. Next turn we can flash back. We can flash back the Gush and draw more cards. Or we can get back a Ponder. I still think we're playing against Storm, whereas Umezawa's Jitte isn't as beneficial for it, but it can still, it's a little bit of action. It could still lead to a quick game. Alright. I'm going to play that Flooded Strand. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to attack with both of these. Plus Jace, and then pass the turn. The benefit we have of that is we could still play our Deceiver Exarch into a dig through time, which I actually think is very beneficial here because we could just potentially win the game next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. And if he counters a dig through time, it's not a huge deal. I think what I'm going to do is I need to get rid of these. I'll get rid of these lands. Get rid of a Preordain and a Ponder, and a Mental Misstep. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to get rid of Flusterstorm. The reason I did that is because I can Jace the Mental Misstep if I choose to do so next turn. Great mana, huh? So he might be doing the Sylvan. That's using that for that. That's, you know what? I'm gonna let that go. I'm completely okay with that. He uses, is it still 2 for 1? You use that Black Lotus. Let's go ahead and Gush here. Fill up our hand again, hopefully drawing something relevant. We did not. Alright, that's fine. So let's go ahead and equip our Batterskull with Umezawa's Jitte. The unfortunate part is we're only left with 3 blue cards. That's okay, we're going to be getting a good amount of life. So if we are playing against Storm, for example, we can potentially go up to 27 life More with the Swords of Plowshares. Which could indeed be relevant in this matchup. Regarding Tendrils. Okay, so he plays Underground Seas and Tropical Island, which leads me to believe, at least in this format, that he is playing some sort of Gush combo deck, whether it be the Lotus Cobra Gush deck, which sometimes includes Doomsday. So I'm going to go under that pretense. I'm going to get rid of Umezao's Jitte. Going to get rid of these cards. They don't play any creatures except for Laboratory Maniac. But by that point, it doesn't matter what I have in my hand. I'd rather just have counter spells. Now we're going to use our tech of Vibrate Trap and Trapmaker's Snare. Going to use Flusterstorm. And I think that's all we need. We don't play a good amount of artifacts besides the usual suite. Maybe a little bit extra. I don't think that's something we need to really necessarily worry about. One thing we could also do is a little bit of Graveyard Hate, which could be beneficial against some of the shenanigans they can do with Yawgmoth's Will and Doomsday. So I think if we do, I would like to bring a Ravenous Trap in so we could use the snare accordingly. Since we took a Jitte out, let's go ahead and try that. Since we took a Jitte out, let's take a Stoneforge out, excuse me, and do this. Another thing we could have done is take out a land, a basic land. It's not pertinent to have basic lands against this type of deck. Huh. We don't have any first turn protection. Similarly, I don't think I would run out a turn 1 Stoneforge Mystic. Maybe I would. We'll go ahead and keep this. It's an average hand. It's good against other average hands. And it's also decent against Duress. Because we still have that turn 1 Stoneforge Mystic. Naturally, we're going to pause after a couple. Oh dear. There we go. Alright. Turn 1 Necropotence. This could be bad for us. But, however, the good thing is that if his Mana Crypt also in play, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. If we get a quick Batterskull down, we could end the game quite quickly. Actually, I think it's the only way we're going to win this game. We're not going to win through counters. It's definitely not true. It's definitely not going to be the case. Though, addressing on a Batterskull would not be fortunate. But it could be a good game. The thing I like about Stoneforge Mystic is that you can play it a lot of the times on turn 1 with a single Mox, whereas Monastery Mentor you cannot. Young Pyromancer is very similar, but I think Stoneforge Mystic is higher in power level than Young Pyromancer. He's up to 10 cards, going to discard down to 3. He's making some hard choices, which leads me to believe he's sculpting the perfect hand. Either that or he doesn't have a good hand. Taking here. Another option we could have, depending on what we draw, we could just leave up an island. If I drew a Force of Will, I'd be more inclined to do so, or if I drew a Blue Mox, I would also be inclined to do so. Actually, any Mox of any sort, or Um, Black Lotus would be fantastic here. So we can play everything we want to play, plus some. Taking pretty hard, I see. I've got scared. See, Necropotence is a fantastic enchantment, and it makes me want to bring in Wear and Tear, almost. But once it's in play, it already does its damage. If I kill it at this point, it's essentially a draw 7 for him, and I just got a card. Not where I want to be in this matchup. Where I want to be is beating him down, or making him not want to, not be able to resolve his haste. Or combo with the Seaver Exile. Alright. Ooh, Abrupt Decay, Mox Emerald, Underground Sea. So which leads me to either he has another Abrupt Decay in hand, he doesn't have green mana, or he just doesn't care about anything I have. Which very, very well could be. Ugh. Alright. I have a feeling if he goes off, there's not much. Here's what I can see is that he duresses me, Flusterstorm's gone. Or his hand is just basically one card. That's good. And I think it's pretty important to get the Stoneforge down, because he's just going to draw more cards. I want to get that pressure down as quickly as possible. And if things go correctly, next turn I play the Batterskull. Next turn after I play 5, or attack for 5, he can't draw that many more cards. Here even, if he loses this Mana Crypt, he's down to 9 life. He can only draw 8 more. He can only draw 7 more cards, otherwise attack the Stoneforge and win. So he's not. He could easily lose this. I've definitely seen worse Necropotences. So my opponent's also playing pretty slow. That's fine. That's fine. There's a lot of choices. As a result, it rewards accordingly. Lots of choices, lots of decisions, lots of cards. It's great. Though I'm not sure what you could be thinking about with this Mana Crypt. It just resolves. Maybe it's a tough decision for heads or tails. Hint for any, if you want to be vintage players, you always pick tails. Always pick tails in Mana Crypt, no matter what. Because tails wins more than 50% of the time. You can also be double queuing. That's indeed a possibility. He's 3 minutes behind me. So, which is good. I did not like that dig through time draw. I did not like that dig through time draw because we currently have 0 cards in our graveyard. And it just doesn't do anything. Draw Force will be better. So we can pitch it. Right now, though, if he does nothing, which I highly really don't think that's the case. I think we'd still leave up Flusterstorm, because I don't think our Praetor is going to get us too much more than what we need. So we can leave up Flusterstorm and still have the mana to be able to put down Batterskull. So he needs to beat us with these 7 cards in his hand right now. He doesn't get to draw one because of Necropotence. So he's at the mercy of the Necro. I wonder what he's waiting on. So I'm still curious if we should have mulliganed hands. I don't know. If we should mulligan our starting hands. It was... oh, it's already won the flip. See, he chose tails and won the flip. Told you. Our hand was medium. It was good. It wasn't great, particularly against Storm. But we got quick threat out, which is what we're wanting. Now he's either taking a long time because he's taking a long time and he has all match, or he's really thinking about what actually is important in this match, or what actually he needs to be doing. He's contemplating whether if I have a Force of Will or not. And the only chance I would have a Force of Will is if I just drew last turn, because I want 100% Force of Will by Necropotence. Necropotence is a very good card to trust lots of cards. Uh-oh. Duress. Yep. You can see my hand. He could very well take my Batterskull. I wouldn't fault him for that. No, took Flusterstorm. Did it quickly, so which leads me to believe he's just going to win this turn. What's he got? Time Twister? Windfall? I mean, Windfall wouldn't be the best because we draw up the 5 cards. Days Undoing, perhaps. I doubt that. So he had another. It looks like he's had another land light draw. He hasn't played one yet. Though he did discard a land. So I'm wondering if he's waiting to play one. He tapped 2 and a blue, so it could be Windfall. The funny thing about Necropotence and cards like Windfall is if you discard your hand in any way, or this not just Necropotence, it's exiled. Alright, 4 mana, 2 black, blue. What can you do for that? Oh, okay. Alright. He could very well tendrils me here. Or he's going for... oh, what do you got? Demonic Tutor, 4. Black Lotus, 4. He could tendril. No, no. Ah, Dark Petition. There we go. Now he's... yeah, he got this game. Because what he's going to do is get Yawgmoth's Will. Yawgmoth's Will, play all that stuff again, and then win the game that way. Alright. And that was Storm. I'm going to draw a Time Walk. Not sure the Time Walk it might have mattered. It might have mattered. Okay. Now, getting rid of this graveyard might be important. Like for battling against Yawgmoth's Will, or even the Spell Mastery of Demonic Pack. So let's go and bring in a Torn Script. Take out the Splinter Twin. So we want a handful of those. Hopefully that could help us. Because Demonic Pack's not as scary if it's literally Demonic Tutor for 5 mana. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this. In our tournament, we have the Atog Lord, Rich himself, Rich Shea, who won this past week's April's Power 9 Challenge with his Sylvan Mentor deck, which I assume he's running back, because it's a really good deck in this format. As weird as it sounds, for Vintage right now, creature-based decks are quite prevalent. Mostly in the form of token makers like Young Pyromancer and Monastery Mentor, but we also have others, Bob, Snapcaster Mage, Chase Friends, Prodigy, lots of creatures in this format, more than you're used to. I remember a number of years ago, adding Dark Confidant to decks was such a significant change in the ethos of Vintage. Everyone thought adding creatures to a deck makes it not Vintage. Oh dear. Okay. Oh. Wow. This is a very interesting hand. I'm going to mulligan. Library of Alexandria is insane. More so on the draw. We could play it this turn, next turn, draw an extra card. But if he has a Duress, then we could not be on that planet, we're just sitting ducks. So I think we should go ahead and mulligan. Another funny thing we could do is turn 1 Deceiver Exarch. Turn 2 Splinter Twin if we draw it. But very, very unlikely. Oh dear. I think we keep this hand. Play Black Lotus. Crack for blue. Ponder. Hopefully draw a land. If a white land, we could play Stonefoot Mystic. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. It's not the land I wanted. And we'll put on the bottom though. So I'm going to go ahead and play the brain. I think I'll do the Brainstorm first. And then Ponder will allow me to shuffle, if need be. This was a very good hand. Very good. That was a very good Brainstorm. Now I have lots of options here. I want to keep Force of Will and land. So say I keep the Flooded Strand. I then have the option to keep Force of Will, and have Deceiver Exarch to pitch to Force of Will if I choose to do so. I will have 3 total mana, including 1 white if I choose to do so. What that means is I could Ponder, plus Stoneforge Mystic, or I could Trapmaker Snare for a for Mindbreak Trap. And this is actually very important. I need to decide which one I want to do. Because if I'm going to do that, I'm going to use the Ponder for that 1 mana. And I want to decide if I use a Stoneforge Mystic or Trapmaker Snare. Because I'm going to put the other one back if not. So if he turn 1 duresses us, takes the Force of Will, we'll also have Mindbreak Trap, and that still helps us, that protects us, but he'll know about it, so that's the bad part. Huh. I think I'm going to Stoneforge, because that's what we're here. We're here for Stoneforge. We're here to play Stoneforge Mystic. I'm going to crack the Flooded Strand. Get a Tundra so I can play the Stoneforge. I'm going to Ponder first. Hopefully getting a Mental Misstep. That would be the most ideal. A Mental Misstep in order to counter any duress effects that he'll have. Wow. Now, I want to keep one of these because I want to try to draw land next turn. I'm going to shuffle with that Stoneforge Mystic, obviously, in order to hopefully get that land. So I need to decide on that Mental Mystic or a Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak Trap is much more powerful, but if he does duress me, he'll have that information. Gosh, fantastic card, but I want when you only have 1 land. So, okay, if he duresses me, I Mindbreak Trap, or I Mental Misstep. Mindbreak Trap is fantastic in certain situations. Mental Misstep is great against the duress, and duress is really important. I'll take the mind. I think I'm going to take the Mindbreak Trap though. And the reason being, it's just more powerful. No. We have my Stoneforge. Yes. Batterskull. Hopefully, that's going to do it. That was just turn 1. Welcome to Vintage. If you just turn 1 duresses me, I'm not going to be happy. Yep. Let's spell 2. Bargain, eh? I'm just going to Mindbreak Trap that. Ah, he has his own Force of Will. Now I gotta use my Force of Will. Then F6. Hopefully he has nothing. Awesome. Now I Force of Will the Force of Will because I'll getting that will could be relevant. Drawing Force was... I'd rather draw Flusterstorm. Oh. It's very, very good at his part. Now his ability to gush, if he so chooses to do so. Pop, yeah. Alright, that was a good draw. Now if we draw one of those, that'd be also fantastic. And he chose to shuffle, which is a good sign. Let's go ahead and preordain here. Elemental misstep? No. Bottom, bottom. Actually, I want to keep this Jason top, just so I can have something Force of Will. We want to land, definitely, but we don't want to land this turn. So, I'm going to keep that on top, just as Force of Will fodder. And if it just so happens later down the road we cast him, that's great. One artifact I've been toying around with, thinking around, is there is an artifact. What's this? Gush. Do I counter Gush? I think I do counter the Gush. I actually think I do. Him just drawing more cards is just not how we're going to win this game. Keeping him low on cards is how we win this game. Alright, we would have drawn a blue card anyway, but we would have known that. I've been toying around playing equipment. There's one blue equipment in Alara, I believe. I believe its ability is equip creature has fear and you draw a card when it deals damage to a player. So it's not the worst equipment, not the best, but also it is blue, so you can pitch it the Force of Will. There we are. Now let's just hope we don't lose. Nope, don't do it. Okay, good. We are. That's good. What him not doing stuff is good. Counter that Gush was fantastic. It was essentially countering 2 Time Walks. That was also good. Alright, so we have on a 3-turn clock. We're gaining life, which is relevant against a Tendril stack. Because a lot of times more times than you think they try to do Xaxes. The rest would be unfortunate. But it is what it is. We win in 2 turns. Just trying to think if we can go off. I know that's 5 minutes left on the clock, but I think this game's going to be gone way before then. It's such a weird game. I wish we had that Ancestor Recall that he did. See, Deceiver Archsark is fantastic in Vintage. Pitches the Force of Will. Is he going to attempt to go off with something? Doomsday, perhaps? There's the dress. No? Demonic Tutor is. Lotus Petal. Balance. Yes! That is a fantastic card to Force of Will. He has to force himself by all means. Alright. Now I want to play this. If some shenanigans he tries to abrupt decay my germ token, I can pull it back. Alright. So he wasted 2 cards of Lotus Petal on the Will for the Will. Did he play that, Duke Delphine? Yeah, he had to. Alright, good luck. You can't get Will, which is significant. Necropose? Mind's Desire, eh? Mind's Desire for 2. Bold. Dark Pit. Oh my goodness. And a mental misstep. So he's got a Dark Petition. Gain 3 mana. What can I get though? Necropump doesn't do it. He already uses Yogg-Will. Has Demonic. And he already uses Black Lotus. I've used my Black Lotus, so you couldn't get something like Praetor's Grasp. Or Praetor's Grasp, is it? I think it's Praetor's Grasp. It's funny. Why is this? Opponent only has three minutes left. We could have wasted time the last game a little bit, maybe a couple seconds, but I don't like going that way. Dark Petition, quite the card. Adds mana, gets what you need. Uh oh, you found something. You found something. Gosh, that's a good something. That's actually a very good something. Draw 2 cards, essentially giving me an extra mana because you could play the land again. Tendrils? Yeah, Tendrils. Alright, that gives him a few more turns. So he has a land in his hand, he has a trop in his hand, and 3 unknowns. I think I'm going to play this Tundra. And if I draw another land, I could equip Batterskull to Stoneforge and gain a little bit extra life. I am curious how he wins, though. Particularly because Yogg-Will is already in the graveyard, so he can't get Tendrils back. He could have Doomsday. That's yeah. He could have Doomsday. Is Tropical Island just for Abrupt Decay, I wonder? Merchant Scroll. What's Merchant Scrolling for? You already used a recall. Could be Hurkyl's Recall, just to save a couple turns. This is a couple turn time work. Another Gush would be good. There you go. He played his land this turn. Alright, let's set up for next turn then. And we drew a Gush. I'm going to go ahead and attack first. Blue, blue. Return 2 lands in my hands. Drew a Splinter Twin. Does not help us. Played a Volcanic and pass turn. Alright, go ahead and gush away. I'm trying to think what he could have. Sure. Goblin, bunch of goblin tokens? No, he's not playing you red. Tendrils and Agony's it, as far as I know. And he only has 45 seconds left. Snapcaster Mage will do it. Another Dark Petition. He didn't have anything this time. He didn't have anything last time. He doesn't have anything this time. Fight his land. He has a Trop and X in hand. Time Twister. There we go. That can do it. Nice. Alright. He has 1 mana. We have Ancestral Recall in hand and Gush. So we can very well draw cards if we need to do so. That did not do it for us. Alright, what do we draw? Literally nothing. Wow. That literally did nothing for us. Well, I guess he didn't draw anything. And he scooped. And he had 8 seconds left. Well, that was round 1. We beat Storm. You back for round 2?